Awesome. Yeah, it's been a blast. We've been working the last couple months kind of evolving our platform, kind of stemmed out of Microsoft. I guess I could explain what Joticle is and get into kind of a little more granular view of what you and I have been up to. So basically, Joticle started off as a learning management system, and we learned really quickly that it was a very saturated space. So we kind of converted to the original vision, which is really empowering an educational process from an expert and educator point of view in a micro-learning kind of environment. So that was our first pivot as Joticle, and that's what led us to really becoming a learning ecosystem that supports the publishing and distribution of educational offerings and, again, micro-learning experiences. So it really kind of, the output of everything is, number one, empowering an educator to monetize their expertise instead of just, it's not really geared towards school system, let's put it that way. It's more geared towards lifelong learners, K through Gray, who want to continue to extend their education. So we empower the educators so they can monetize that, organize their content, and it also serves as a marketing platform. And the other output is free educational content to lifelong learners. So there's that element of you lead them to the bigger well, but we do want to offer on the Joticle side, the wealth of information for people just to dive into. And I'll kind of give that, if I can share my screen, that'd probably be the best way to go about explaining that. So that's kind of the big picture now. Enter Chase about 5 months ago. We kind of had a discussion, and it took off into this journey of what is now a Joticle Hub, and it was built off originally what we've done with microschools, and Microschool News is kind of our test gate into that, and it's evolved now into a product which has a lot of features built into it, and working with Chase, kind of giving us the inside scoop of what we should be working on and focusing on rather than kind of operating in a silo. That was a really fun process, and we added a lot more features along the way than we originally started with, and that's in a good way because we really kind of laid the groundwork for everyone else that's going to be able to jump on the platform. So I guess the best way is just to show it. So very simplistic, very to the point. Everything on the site in a hub is a call to action. I'm sure there's a few people on here that might recognize themselves in the educational products and services. We call these buckets, and this is really the call to action of what is being provided on the site, reviews from who's using it, kind of just giving them boom, 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 and not trying to really have necessarily a website, but a very specific functional application. It explains his offering. It shows all the sessions and what's available, what the previous sessions were, gives you the dive into it. It's just really curated and focused on what his offering is and what he's working on. And then from a perspective of management, which is really what I wanted to get to, is being able to control all your content. It's a nightmare to do through WordPress and stuff like that. So I really built the hub in mind to just have really simplistic content editing. So you can go in and edit your content on your own time without having to do a bunch of weird stuff that, like I said, WordPress is kind of what I use as an example of what not to do. I'm making it very simple in managing who your users are, cutting them off, and then allowing FerskenED to collect a subscription and monetize on their offering. And we're working into some statistical analysis stuff as well that we'll build into that. Well, that's the layer of his own branded Joticle Hub. And where that feeds into actual Joticle, the two lines connect beyond his hub itself is the Joticle piece. And so this is our platform. It's the ecosystem for educators to now take all their content and create micro-learning experiences. And he has his own, what we call a topic pod. And when you come into the Ferguson topic pod, we've been working with him on, he's got this YouTube collection. Well, we've curated the YouTube collection and broke it down into mastermind insights. And if you go into business launch and support, explains what it's about. And then if you go into what we call JOTs, these are little marketing pieces, as well as the educational micro-learning experience moment. So again, it'll play the video. There's a description. There's a description of, what needs to be connected to this. And then part of that cycle from Joticle Hub to what's on Joticle, and then being able to now distribute it to social media. So we consider ourselves education media. We want to stay outside of the realm of being a social media. We're not social media, we're education media. Everything in here is focused on providing these micro-learning experiences. And if you go into like our science, we see all these different topics that have different jots, and they're really broken down into sections. And you get really, the more granular you get, that's when you can have 100 jots on one specific area of a topic. And that's what that's the flip side of what we're providing to the learners. So the educators kind of showcasing their ability, and they can really latch on to the educators or the experts that they really like. So that's kind of the full circle of what Joticle does, is it kind of extends the hub to promote and share. And we're doing a total repivot on our brand. So I don't have my fancy presentation that I give to all the investors for the last 2 years. It's all gone out the window in the last 3 months. So that's my best shot at it. Hope that all made sense, but we're really excited about the direction we're taking in building these out and being able to share kind of the next stage we're working with. It's really, the cool thing about it is it's not focused in on a specific area. So we're having a lawyer who's doing a lawyer education thing. She's at Arizona State University. We're working with a nonprofit to release their topic hub. So it's really so flexible that we can really take on any topic and evolve it, and then be able to promote it and share it. And that's part of what Joticle does as well, as it partners with you to promote what you're offering. It's not really about us, it's about what the educators and the experts are providing. And so we get behind them. It's all about you guys. And that's us in a nutshell. It's an exciting journey that we've been able to take.